Hi, folks. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are joining us from. Uh, Today is a very special day. This is basically a weekend recording, and thank you to our guests for taking on the time to record this podcast session. Welcome to this episode of the RiseUp Radio with Harjeet Khanduja. So, Harjeet is a Senior Vice President, Human Resources at Geo. It's a well-known brand in India. Everyone knows what Geo is. And Harjeet comes with almost 3 decades of illustrious experience in the HR domain across leading Indian and multinational organizations. I don't think I can really do justice to doing a proper introduction, so I'm going to invite Harjeet to do a quick intro and tell us a little bit about himself. So Harjeet, welcome to the show, and if you would not mind sharing a bit about yourself with our audience.
Thank you, Ashish. Thank you for recording this on a Saturday. We had a little mishap earlier.
Always happens.
So we wanted to record, but I misread the time and we could not do it on a weekday. So that's why we are doing it on a Saturday. So, and thanks to Ashish for accepting
My
it.
pleasure.
And
My pleasure, Harjeet.
so, look, my introduction is I am a happy soul.
Okay, nice. That's a good start.
That's it, and that's who I am. That's
Awesome.
what I am.
Awesome. Cool. So let's start with that, Harjeet. So basically, what we're going to do is just go back in time a little bit, right? And so tell us about the early part of your career when you maybe first started managing teams, right? When you first became a manager, when somebody came and told you, "Hey, Harjeet, you're doing a great job as an IC, as an individual contributor, and we'd like you to manage this team now," right? So let's go back in time and share your feelings. What happened? Was there anxiety? Was there happiness? What emotions came to you at that time?
Frankly speaking, before I started my career, I started managing teams.
Even before that? Tell us more about it, Harjeet. I'm intrigued.
So when I was in my college, uh, so most of the people actually do that. I saw my son also doing the same thing. So I created a society called Council of Technical Scholars.
Okay.
So I got selected in say Roorkee. That time RE used to be an exam.
Yep.
So I got selected in Roorkee, prepared for JEE
Yep.
and the other exams. So I thought whatever difficulties which I have faced or whatever tricks we have learned, let's share that with people and create a council. So I created a council. There were around 40 odd people who were running the council, and we used to conduct exams, mock exams for JEE.
Got it.
And this was way before when this started as a business model.
Yeah, correct.
I did not know that this
could be converted into a business model.
Yeah, so we were trying to do it. Say basically, it was a 2 rupee form which you fill, and then you pay 100 rupees, and you can take the exam, something like that. And we used to get the papers done from the IIT professors.
Okay. So it was an early startup, basically, Harjeet.
Yeah, and frankly speaking, I made some money out of it also, which was used for council. Like we kept on keeping events and things like that.
Yeah.
That was like one of the early stages where I started managing a team, and I got a hang of it. So when it came to managing teams in corporate, it was not a new thing for me.
But was it different managing a bunch of students which are your peers and colleagues, and then managing a bunch of professionals?
Of course, there is a difference. There is a difference because here everyone is aligned to the vision.
Yeah. Hmm.
So first I did Council of Technical Scholars. Then I started a newspaper in University of Roorkee, which is still there after almost 30 years. So this is called Watch Out.
Okay.
I ran it for almost 2 years. I was the chief reporter. We created a good team, and we used to publish. It was like a photocopy of a typewritten paper in a computer center to a fully professional newspaper which goes everywhere, and it is also a website now. So that was another experience. When it comes to my first experience was I joined Tata Motors. Very after the induction, the very first week, I was assigned on the assembly line, Soma assembly line.
Okay.
My supervisor, he told me, "You come in the morning shift." So I went there in the morning shift, and after reaching there, apparently I figured out I'm the only supervisor on the entire assembly line.
Okay, in the morning shift.
In the morning shift, and at 6 o'clock, I am there standing on the shift, knowing nothing about the assembly line, and all the workers who were like almost double my age came and started asking me, "Sir, tell us what to do today." And so, since I had all that experience, what I did was I picked up people, Acha, what were you doing yesterday and how it should be done? So, 2, 3 people became my counselors, and I was able to allocate the work. But it was a very good ragging which I went through that morning. And after that, all those guys became kind of pally with me. They started liking me. Kya re, ye to bahut seedhe hain.
Yeah.
And harmless kind of kind of a person. So I managed that line, and with that line, I did what they call is the first Kaizen.
Okay.
On Tata Motors Lucknow floor.
Okay.
Mr. Ratan Tata also came and patted my back for that very early in my career. But it was like how to take all those 60, 70 people together and making that change. I realized way after that it was a big change which organization was trying to do for several years and was not able to do because of union issues.
Okay.
Here, workers themselves did that with me because I am basically industrial engineer by education. So I saw the way these guys are working, that is not optimum. And I started asking, why are you traveling so much, picking up heavy material? This material should be here. He said, "Haan." And initially 20, 30 people agreed. And after that, the people who were not agreeing, they also, when they saw that something is changing and something is happening, they also came to me and said, "Please do it for us also."
So, in very early career, you were able to effectuate change with such a large group, right? And it's really hard for even seasoned leaders to be able to effectuate change at that scale, right? Which is basically to make people believe. You have to sell the story, and you have to basically sell why should they change, right? So, how are you able to do it? What differently did you do that others were not able to do around or even before?
Frankly speaking, I did not do anything, or I was not selling a change. I was genuinely concerned about them, that why are they working in such a suboptimal way? And I was not even thinking about let's improve productivity. I was thinking about means why why is their life so bad?
You had a genuine concern for them, basically.
Yeah, and like I told you, they ragged me. So I became one of them. And I used to sit with them, have tea with them, have like discussions with them about n number of things.
Yeah.
They had lot of innovations which nobody was ready to listen to.
Hmm.
I listened to, Acha, this is how you do it. Okay. And building on their ideas itself, we tried to do something which was good for them.
Yeah.
And that became my learning, um, like very late in my career.
Hmm.
Uh, I had a managing director in my last organization.
Hmm.
I had a managing director. So I was standing with my operations head
Hmm.
in the lobby, and managing director passed by. He said,
Hmm.
"What are you doing here?
Hmm.
Both of you in the lobby."
Hmm.
So he said, "Actually, people had some problem. So we are discussing how to solve that
Hmm.
problem."
Hmm.
So why are you discussing?
Hmm.
I'm like, I'm the HR head of the company.
Hmm.
So if I will not discuss, then
Who
who
will
will
discuss?
discuss?
Hmm.
He said, it is their problem.
Hmm.
Then they know the solution. Na? How will
Hmm.
you know the solution?
Hmm.
Why are you discussing amongst yourself? Why are you not sitting with
Discussing
them
with
and
them.
discussing?
Discuss. Yeah.
And that time I realized this was the principle I learned and I forgot.
Way back,
And he
right?
reminded,
Yeah.
yeah. And then we sat with those people.
Hmm.
When first time we sat with those people did not believe us.
Hmm.
So what came out was our transportation is not good. So do
Okay.
something about transportation.
Hmm.
So I genuinely worked
Hmm.
within 24 hours,
Hmm.
whatever concerns they raised about
Hmm.
transportation and other few things.
Hmm.
Within 24 hours, went back to them.
Hmm.
This is what the issue you raised, and we
Hmm.
solved that issue.
Hmm.
That day, they opened up because they found genuineness in our interaction that
Yeah.
these guys are really willing to listen to us and do something
And do
about it.
something about it. Yeah.
Then they said, "Sir, problem is we don't have work."
Hmm.
And that came as a shock because we were believing some people who were telling us बहुत pressure है, बहुत pressure है.
Hmm. Hmm.
And we said, okay,
Hmm.
let's get this straightened.
Yeah.
And we actually did that.
Hmm.
So if you are genuinely approaching a issue,
Hmm.
trying to solve a human problem,
Yeah.
you would have heard a lot of leaders. I have
Correct.
heard a lot of leaders
Correct.
saying you take care of your employees and
Correct.
rest everything will happen on its
Correct.
own.
Hmm.
I have found that to be true
Hmm.
in my entire career and in my entire life.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Harjeet, a lot of times I've seen, I can see that there is a genuine softness to you as a human being, and that is you're able to naturally extend it to people around you, right? And typically, I coach managers, I talk to a lot of leaders, and they say, and people who have that genuine care and sense of care for their folks, right? They say, hey, you know what? Sometimes people try to take advantage of me and my soft nature and the fact that I actually genuinely believe in whatever they tell me, right? Have you also faced this in your career across all the years?
Yeah, people do take advantage of you, and it happens.
Hmm.
So, uh, like the first Kaizen happened on
Hmm.
the line,
Hmm.
and when it was presented to management, my name was not there.
Okay. Wow.
So I was like, this is something. I was kid from the college,
Yeah.
so I thought, let me fight for it.
Hmm.
ऐसा कैसे?
Hmm.
How can you do that?
Hmm.
So I fought at various levels
Hmm.
that my name should be there,
Hmm.
and uh, then they included my name.
Hmm.
Then I went a bit further,
Hmm.
and I said, there were other names.
Hmm.
These people actually did not do anything.
Hmm.
It was workers who did,
Hmm.
and I was there.
Hmm.
These four people are not there.
Hmm.
And somebody told me, Dekho, it is a team which works.
Hmm.
There were some people who enabled you
Hmm.
without you knowing or you don't know
Hmm.
whether you know or you don't know. And I learned that. And from that day itself, I started learning. I learned that you should be open to sharing credit. If something you feel about, okay, this credit should be yours, you should go and fight for credit. And after some time, you actually stop fighting for credit, because if you are working, people start seeing that who is working.
It's
So
automatically visible.
You don't have to fight for it. Maybe you will lose couple of battles. Doesn't matter. And that's how you become a happy soul.
Correct.
When you stop caring about all these things.
Yeah, I think your one-liner introduction was really apt, Harjeet. So let's bring you back to 2024, right? If I were to ask you, what are a few principles of leadership that you stand by, right? And I can see that, care and genuine action for people around you is definitely one of the core pillars that you work on, right? What are some of the other pillars that you believe are important to your leadership profile or are core to your leadership profile today?
Look, when I decipher it, so as of now, I am working with, say, a lot bigger size, and it is not a direct impact. You have to impact the leaders who are going to impact another set of leaders, and then it reaches to the level of the people who are interacting with customers or your products. So what I find is, I will call it VIP. This is a philosophy which I follow. So V is for vision.
Okay.
That whatever you are working on, you must have a vision, a compelling vision, which people are ready to subscribe to. That where we want to go. That in 2047 we are going to be a superpower. Now, whether you subscribe to a party or a different party doesn't matter, but everyone in India wants to be a superpower or a developed nation by 2047.
Correct.
That is something which is a vision. So if you create a vision, then chances are people will be aligned and you don't have to work on the alignment. Second thing is inspiring people. So inspiration and empowerment. So you inspire people. How do you talk about your vision? How you communicate? How you tell people that what is in it for them? How it is going to affect their life? And how you empower people that what they can do about it if they want to reach there. And third thing is the passion you bring on the table. If you are passionate about it, I can create a vision. I am not passionate about it, then forget it. No one else. If I am not passionate about it, I can't transmit that passion to anyone else.
Totally.
And I have observed many great leaders in my life very closely. And I see it is the enormity of their vision which takes us there. It is their passion, relentless passion, which actually creates world-class organizations.
Well, very well said. I really like this acronym VIP, and I think that really sums it up. So now this is looking at the V, the I, the P, right? And then transcribe it to a context of, let's say, a manager, right? Who's, let's say, a mid-level manager or starting their people management career, right? They would say, Harjeet, I hear you. This is really awesome. But do you think I can really implement this at my context, or this is a context when I, become a leader and a very senior person in an organization? What would you say to that person?
And look, it is not that when you get a position, you become a leader. It is a practice. So when you are a manager, who is stopping you from creating a vision?
Hmm.
Whatever you are working on,
Yeah.
can you do it better? Can you do it world class?
Hmm.
I have got some amazing bosses who told me from beginning in their life, whatever you are doing, do it world class.
Hmm.
Initially, I thought it is a jargon.
You
Do it world
you
class.
didn't subscribe to it, right?
So do it world class.
Hmm.
And I was confused, like, what is world
What is
class?
world class?
So world class is, and then I figured out what is
Hmm.
world class.
Hmm.
You take your problem,
Hmm.
instead of going around the world and saying uh, that who else is doing it,
Hmm.
I will just copy it.
Hmm.
I said, yeah, copy nahi.
Hmm.
You solve your problem in the most genuine manner,
Hmm.
which is, one is solving the problem, and
Hmm.
second is the solution is elegant.
Hmm.
It creates experience.
Hmm.
I had a finance guy, uh, and in my last organization, and we were working on a solution.
Hmm.
We were sending some people outside the country,
Hmm.
and I came up with an idea. Okay, if these people come back and after that they go away, so we should put a bond.
Hmm.
So my finance guy tells me,
Hmm.
look, this is a negative way of uh, thinking.
Hmm.
And I said, okay, what would be the positive way of thinking?
Hmm.
They said, instead of creating a bond,
Hmm.
we say that if you stay with us for so much,
Hmm.
so long,
Hmm.
then we are going to increase your salary or
Hmm.
we are going to pay you a bonus.
Hmm.
And then it occurred to me, anything which is negative
Hmm.
or which can be perceived negative,
Yep.
you can convert that into a positive, and
Yep.
think that is human engineering.
Hmm.
Because if the way things are
Yep.
and the way things are perceived, if they remain in the same manner,
Hmm.
then the passion behind it, the effort people put behind
Yep.
it,
Yep.
uh, it is not a calculation.
Correct.
In our childhood, we were told four people make this wall in 4 days.
Hmm.
So 8 people will make the
Yep.
same wall in how many days?
Correct.
Now, thing is, those four people who are making the wall in 4 days, they
Hmm.
can actually make the wall in one day also. You
Hmm.
don't have to put extra people.
Hmm.
It is like how motivated those people are,
Yep.
how committed those people are, what kind of wall you're building.
Correct.
And so lot depends on that. And when
Yes.
you're a manager, more than those employees, it is your responsibility how you are interpreting that wall.
Hmm.
In HR, generally, there is a work of filing.
Hmm.
So I explained the person who came for filing.
Hmm.
Now there is no more filing.
Hmm.
I'm talking about very early in my career.
Yep.
So I explained that guy why filing is important and why your job is so important
Hmm.
and how it impacts our employees, how it
Yep.
impacts our management.
Hmm.
Now, after explaining that to him, when I left that organization, that guy came to me and said, "Sir, I have grown in my career because this is what you told me,
Hmm.
and I love my job.
Hmm.
And I love my job. I am no more doing that work, but I know how important that work is, and I make sure
Yeah.
whosoever I touch, I explain him the importance of the job which they are doing."
Hmm.
And then it occurred to me, Acha, it was so good.
Yeah.
Now, these are simple things.
Yeah.
When you inspire and empower people,
Hmm.
and you don't need a position, you don't need
Correct.
to be a leader. Being a manager, you can do this.
Hmm.
You can create a vision for your organization that how I am going to make this process world class.
Yeah.
that I am solving the same problem in a much efficient manner,
Right.
like the way no one in the world is doing.
Correct.
And it is creating a wonderful experience for my customers.
Hmm.
And you go behind it. If you create something, then passion automatically comes.
Correct. You just have to consciously work towards it, right? That's the core message in a way, isn't it?
Uh, uh, if you like something, you will work towards it.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, then
True.
maybe either you have not got good coaches
Yeah.
in that area. वो शुरू का motivation जो होता है ना, that is very important.
Very important. Correct.
I still wonder if Mr. Ratan Tata would not have come and would not have patted my back that day that you have done a wonderful job. And I was thinking, what's big in it? इससे बड़ा तो मैंने कॉलेज में फेस्टिवल कराया था.
Yeah.
This is nothing. Here I rearranged material.
Correct.
And now we don't have to take casual labor from outside.
Correct.
It was an economic activity which they were trying to measure.
Yeah.
So I believe I made the point.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Cool. So, Harjeet, let's basically traverse back a little bit, right? What would you consider as 2 or 3 pivotal points in your career that kind of shaped your leadership profile? I know you've already shared some anecdotes along the way, but if you were to pick up 2 or 3, instances, and these could be mistakes or failures that happened as well along the way, right? Because at the end of the day, we learn a lot from our mistakes and failures, right? So, were there any 2 or 3 pivotal moments that shaped your leadership thought process that exists today? For example, this VIP framework, how and when did you pick it up? Was it in a shot, or was it across different eras in your leadership journey?
So the first thing which I learned about leadership was from a person called Amit Dikshit.
Okay.
So he actually taught me how to work. He built the basic competency, my competency in HR by giving me opportunity and working alongside me.
Okay.
That this is how work is done.
Okay.
And he always used to push me. That time Microsoft Excel came new, and so you can do something by putting a simple formula, or no, use VLOOKUP to get this result. Now VLOOKUP is something without which nobody works.
Nobody functions. Yeah.
But I learned that 30 years back because this guy pushed me that there is something called VLOOKUP. Why don't you explore that and try doing it that way? And I was like, okay, but why do we have to do it? He first built competence, and that time I realized the importance of competence.
Okay.
Like, you can become a leader in any domain. But if you understand the domain, people start respecting you. If you know your stuff, whichever domain you want to get into, if you know what kind of hard work you have to put to gain things and build your competence in that area, then you get respect. I changed multiple industries. I was in automotive, from automotive to manufacturing to pharma to retail to a totally different IT and BPO, and then to telecom and digital. Every time, like when I joined the telecom organization, I did not know anything about telecom, given my background. The first month, I sat with each and everyone asking questions. And that time the person who was here, he said, "You are the only person who is asking so many questions. Why are you so interested in telecom? What will you do about it? What will you do with it?" I said, "No, I just want to understand what is it. Whenever I am talking to a business leader, I need to know how this business works."
Yeah.
So that was Amit Dikshit who gave me this
Okay.
confidence, and that built my leadership style also somewhat like him. That initially, whosoever, start trusting your people, start trusting your young people, give them opportunity, handhold them, and they can uh, they can do any kind of they can get you extraordinary results.
Correct. Correct.
Second thing was my there was a guy called CV Singh.
Okay.
He so how he came to Lucknow works. He became the GM. GM was the highest post there. He was the plant head. So people used to tell, "Arey, this guy was in Jamshedpur. He has come on a posting, uh, which is like a derogatory posting. So
Okay.
this is a small works, and they have shifted him here.
Punishment posting.
You can call it punishment posting.
Yeah.
Matlab, it is like you were working in a 10 times bigger
Yeah.
plant,
I
and now
get the
you are."
sense. Yeah. Correct.
And before that, he was given social work department. And then I started following him, and I came to know when he was in the social work department, everyone was talking about social work because he did so much work in the social work department.
Okay.
That more than line production, everyone was talking about, look what is happening, how the image of the company is getting built, how we are making a social impact to the society around us. And when he came to Lucknow Works, he actually changed Lucknow Works in such a manner. And I started working with him, and I saw him make his ground there. He was very calm, very composed, will never get angry. Um, will put his head down on what are the problems to solve, and he will know, like, from any topic you talk to him.
Yeah.
He will know design, he will know social work, he will know everything. And looking at him, I decided I will not be stuck to one industry. I will try to learn as much as possible. I will try to be calm, composed, focused, will not get into any kind of that credit thing I was talking about.
Yeah.
He was the one who reinforced it.
Okay.
So, if you're working in creating value, things will automatically happen.
Yeah. Interesting.
So, these two people from Tata Motors actually helped me, helped in shaping my leadership journey a lot.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So, Harjeet, across your career, have you had mentors that you have chosen yourself, or worked with people who have guided you along the way, formally, informally?
Yeah, there are people I can pick phone and talk to them.
So,
And
who's the one person that you still reach out to even today, if you don't mind sharing?
so my biggest mentor I was talking about is my wife.
Okay.
So anything where I'm stuck, I will talk to her, I will tell her. And good part is she will listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
And there are many times when you are yourself into emotion and you are doing the wrong thing, she will tell me on face, this is something which you should have avoided.
Yeah.
And if this is the situation, then here you were wrong. This is how you can salvage. One day, like something actually happened which was not desirable, and so I was mad at the person. I was mad at the person. मैंने उसको काफी कुछ बोल दिया कि मतलब ये कैसे हो सकता है. Then I came back and I was feeling bad, and she sensed it. She said, क्या हो गया? So I told her the whole story कि देखो वो गलत था, ये हो गया, but still I am feeling bad. It was 10 o'clock in the night. She said, अभी का अभी उसको कॉल करके उसको सॉरी बोल. And I said, उसने गलती किया था. She said, उसने गलती किया था वो अलग चीज है. Point is कि when you shouted at him, you also made a mistake.
Yeah.
So call him and say sorry. I called him, said sorry. He was not expecting that after
Absolutely.
what happened, I am going to say sorry to him, but I also felt good. He also felt good. And it helped me in balancing out that situation. So I learned a long back that if you are in your temper, that means you are out of control.
Correct.
If you're angry, you are out of control. And I monitor how many times in a year I actually go out of control when I feel that, yeah. So every year, and I have seen since I have started monitoring, it is like from almost 30 times a year, I have come to a place where there was a year I was fully in control.
Wow.
I had zero movements that year.
Wow.
But it is not that once you achieve zero,
Correct.
you are in Zen stage.
You need to maintain it very hard.
It is not about maintaining it. Look, you continuously have to work hard.
Correct.
If you are out of touch and you are not able to say maintain your touch with the ground and your understanding of the subject, then you can't guide your people.
Correct.
And if you can't guide your people, then chances of something going wrong, like moment you become complacent, something will go wrong.
Correct.
So you can't be complacent.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's how. And she is my biggest mentor. Career-wise, there are other people also. Some of my ex-bosses, I reach out to them and talk to them.
Awesome. Well, great. I really love this. We're coming towards the end of our chat, Harjeet. I have a few rapid fire questions, and just tell me whatever comes to your mind and in the shortest way possible. All right. So,
okay.
What is the one thing that you always look for in someone when you're hiring or bringing in your team?
I actually look for three things. One is whether that person can perform the job which we are talking about. Second is whether the person is willing to do that or is taking that as a compromise. And third thing is whether the person is willing to learn. So learnability becomes the most critical aspect because every organization is different, and if you are not learning in your job, then so I will compromise on other two, but I will not compromise on
then the sacrosanct.
learnability. Yeah,
absolutely. Cool. And what is one thing that is definitely a no-no or a red flag for you?
Look, if the person is meeting these three criteria, then nothing else actually
matters. Okay, cool. Awesome. So what do you do in your spare time, Harjeet?
I explore myself.
How?
So I try to write, try to speak, try to paint, try to do photography, try to go for hiking.
Very nice.
Try to do, like I tried dancing, failed.
Okay.
Said, okay, this is not what I'm
okay.
going. Try to do gardening, childhood dream.
Yeah.
Could not do.
Okay.
Then tried gymming. So anything or everything, tried running.
So there's a learning aspect here as well. So you keep trying, you keep trying to learn new things and keep experimenting and trying to do that, right?
Yeah, tried cooking also. So that's how I keep exploring, and then I figure out, okay, this is something which I'm good at. So, or wherever people start finding, कि हाँ ये ठीक कर रहे थे.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Do you have any recommendations for new managers? Let's say a few books that they must read for sure.
One is my book,
Okay.
which is called Leaders, Decisions and Biases.
Okay.
This is a good book on decision making, which I actually wrote for managers. A very well researched book. I gave it to somebody who I did not expect will say something about the book. He read the book, and after 6 months, he told me, "You have actually defined decision making." I was like, okay. And then I was writing a HR book series with one of my publishers, Zebra Learn.
Okay.
So he's owner. So they are very different. This guy is very young, like almost 20, 25 years between that. And he has established a company which is like creating visual books.
Okay.
He read the book, the same book, Leaders, Decisions and Biases, and he created a 2-page summary of that, writing important principles. And he said, this book is one book which has helped me as a startup owner, and I use your the models which you have given a lot in my discussions and in my day-to-day dealing of business.
Nice.
So I'm seeing people are finding it useful. So hence recommending. This is one book, and another is, I would say, 1 Minute Manager. That is a very good book on leadership. So another book could be Goal.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Yep. Great. Thanks. So you're stuck on an island, right? And who would be one leader that you would want to be there with you?
Frankly speaking, whosoever has the boat.
All right. And who would be one leader or maybe a persona of a leader that you would definitely wouldn't want?
Who doesn't have a boat?
I was expecting that. All right. Well, it was great fun chatting with you, Harjeet, today. Thank you so much for taking out the time. And I really thoroughly enjoyed our conversation and personally learned a lot. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Ashish, for taking me down the memory lane.
My pleasure. All right, folks. Thank you so much. I hope you also enjoy this latest episode of the RiseUp Radio. And until next time, please take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.